And let us study page 17, the Heart Sutra Mantra. What I'm going to share with you is that, the Bodhicitta Retreat. So this Bodhicitta Retreat, initially the concept was conceived by one Australian girl who happened to know the Sura back in 2012. And during our meeting, she's so keen on practice, and she just came up with the idea about this Bodhicitta Retreat. And then I picked up the idea, and oh, it was amazing, so we must do that. So this was her, thought. And her name is Juliet. I think it's Juliet. Now, I didn't forget the name also. Become old. Okay. Then several of those retreats were conducted, and then I gave the idea to Rita. Then Rita very soon, being very efficient, she came up with the picture of this place, and saying that Wenla, so Jimbala, then Wenla, Winila, all of them, when they approached me for the teaching and so forth, then I was mentioning to them about the wish to organize a Bodhicitta Retreat. And then as per that, I was emphatically telling them that it should not be a very expensive place, because one, as say anyone who likes to take part in it, should be able to take part in it, not being restricted because of the financial constraints. So then, in the process, because Vrindavan was since the day one of the Bodhicitta Retreat, the first Bodhicitta Retreat, Vrindavan was there in South India. In Punastana is one Hindu ashram, we conducted program there, and the owners, the both owners, they are just fabulous human beings, and then we were very closely connected, and then both of them were very closely connected with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And because of which we organized the first retreat there, Bodhicitta Retreat there, and Vidala was there. She knows the idea about Bodhicitta Retreat, and then she came up with this idea. Then, just yesterday I can know that Vidala was closely connected with Wendy there, and so Vidala was connected with Wendy, and between two of them, then this idea became more and more crystallized. And then for the TBC, Timala, and then Ray now who has been taking the sole responsibility, main responsibility for this program, just took the step that we will go ahead with this. So this is how this program came to be. And then so many hands are involved here. So deep inside, it has been a great coincidence. Great coincidence, for sure, because of the karmic connection, no doubt. In fact, while I personally, I'm very much into the inquiry into what constitutes ultimate reality, what is emptiness, in what way beings can be benefited, obviously, and so forth. At the same time, the Bodhicitta, I don't know for what reason, with the kindness of all my teachers, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all of the teachers, and precisely I could remember myself when I was in class 10, about around the same age, 14, 15, there, my teacher who is so great, my teacher said one thing in the class. He said that every one of us, on one day or another, we have displayed some degree of compassion. So, whatever little compassion that you felt with others, this is so precious. I remember him emphatically saying this. It was on the verge to sitting for the final exam of that, the class 10. That really struck my mind with so much power there. And yesterday, I just happened to send a message to my teacher, one of the teachers. And there, he so poignantly said that I wish I could be a part of the program. And since physically I could not be there, mentally I would be sure to be there. And I was so happy to learn about this, why this place is so important, Indonesia, the teacher. Now, what we are doing, Bodhicitta, in fact, the teachings that we have inherited, what we are going to practice, instructions that we are going to learn, reflect, and meditate. So this teaching all came from the Indonesian teacher, Lama Selimba. Lama Selimba, incredibly very kind teacher, Lama Selimba. And superficially it seems to be so coincidental. And deep inside, it must have been for our kind of connection with Lama Selimba, no doubt, that it's happening in the country where this great teacher was born. Okay, so as per the legend, Bodhicitta Retreat, 11th century great saint, incredible great saint scholar, and great practitioner. So he took a very dangerous voyage from India to Indonesia. And the story had it that he was in the sea for 11 months. 11 months, very dangerous. Anything can happen within these 11 months in the sea. And in those days, the sophistication of the ships, the boats, were totally absent. And he took that journey, voyage, to come to Indonesia. And in Indonesia, then met with this very kind, the incredibly great Bodhisattva, Venerable Lama Tsongkhapa. Now, he in fact, he became our teacher now. Because it is through him, what we are learning at this time is all which came from him. So therefore, automatically he becomes our teacher. So we are very fortunate that in the same place where this great saint was born, and then the moment the aeroplane landed, I was just speculating that what would happen, what would this place might have been like when this great saint was still alive. When this great saint was still alive, so many students must be there with him. And then likewise, so many other practitioners of his stature must be around this place in Jakarta, here, and then to what amazing, a golden era. So I was just speculating what was that amazing. It gives such a joy to even think of these great saints. And then I say the practice of Bodhicitta, in fact, the Bodhisattva Shantideva, guiding the Bodhisattva's life, Bodhicitta in his book, he said that all the Buddhas of the three times, they reflected, they pondered as to what could be the best way by which to repay the kindness of all Buddhas, what would be the best way by which to heal the sentient beings. They found only one answer, the practice of Bodhicitta. So this is what we are doing here. So therefore, and that too, in Indonesia, we are very fortunate. And they say, and the place also, you just enter from the gate, the main gate, and you see all the biographies of the Bodhisattva's life stories were all displayed on the wall, very auspicious. And the place itself is, of course, no doubt, blessed by Lama Tsongkhapa with his practice of Bodhicitta, and so it's very auspicious. And and also how this Thanga came to be. This Thanga, Aravitishvaram. So again, it was just pure, of course, deep inside the karmic, the connections were there, but superficially, it so happened that Swin and Kamala brought the Thangas in my place for consecration. And then they were just wondering what to do with this Thanga. And I said, suddenly they thought to me, why don't we bring this Thanga to the Bali retreat, Bodhicitta Retreat. So again, it's so auspicious. And then at the airport, just landing and then meeting with people here, Tenzima and the whole group was there. And then who was that guy? I don't remember that guy. With a paper placard, Bodhicitta Retreat. Wow, so auspicious. At the airport. No, I think it's Okta, right? Okay, so Okta, I think is the other guy. Okay, it doesn't matter. So someone was just listening to back up Bodhicitta Retreat. Wow, it's so auspicious. At the airport, right? From where people will just go all over the world. So they take this vibration of Bodhicitta Retreat. It's so special. It just makes me so happy. Wow, from every point of view. And then say, Tenzila's group, Tenzila, Chanchula, then Tenzi Sejama, then Tenzi Jamala, they were all just waiting there, all with the name Tenzin. That means holding the Dharma of Bodhicitta, again, is so auspicious, it's so auspicious. So, from every point of view, I see that it's really very auspicious time together. So, and then all of us here, and then yesterday I test message. My teacher mentioned about the 44 of us here, 43 participants, and myself including 44. And then my teacher said that literally, my teacher texted me saying that, one of my teachers texted me saying that literally he was crying that he was just seeing the programs here about Bodhicitta program in a place where the teacher of the Bodhicitta was born. Right? He was literally crying. Yeah. So, what auspicious beginning. And well, thank you very much for making this. You put all the efforts, and so all the TBC staff, the volunteers, everyone, and Visa for so much of responsibility, and then we have the sweet love somehow connected. So in fact, the spark of our connection with the TBC and all of it is all coming from sweet love since 2009. Okay, so and then now you cannot run away from this Bodhisattva group, right? No one can run away from it. So this is a Bodhisattva group, right? Okay, it's so auspicious to be with all of you. Thank you very much. But enjoy, just to think of, right? We may not do anything here, simply the label Bodhicitta Retreat, in the place where the great Bodhisattva who gave us this lineage of the Bodhicitta practice, the Lama Tsering, the great Venerable Lama Tsering was born. So it's so auspicious. What auspicious, what greater thing can we think of, what a great joy can we think of this event. So thank you, each and every one of you. What a great joy. Okay, so with this, although this retreat is going to be very short, so what I have in my mind is, usually I emphasize so much because that the retreat is going to be for about, usually it's between 10 to 15 days. The first one was for 15 days. And this one is going to be cut it down to 10. And in 10 days, we can cover pretty good, pretty much the topic, plus take some root. So here, what I will try to do is that, from my side, I try to make it the most. And then, from your side, the morning practice is very important, morning practice. So this morning practice, this will give you an idea. And so finally, when I'm by myself, finally, when each one of us, we are by ourselves, then how should I design my life practice? How should I design my life practice, right? If I get time, say, well, like 1 or 2 hours a day. If I don't have time, then like say 1 hour a day or half an hour a day. And to make it a point that usually I also think share with people about 15 minutes a day and 10 minutes a day, sometimes 5 minutes a day. So in your case, I would say 5 minutes. I would say minimum would be like 20 to half an hour. Minimum, right? 25, half an hour. But if there is a pressing, say, so much stress and constraint in time, then we can make it like, say, okay, let's say 5 to 10 minutes, right? Otherwise, what I would say is that the true meaning of life is this Bodhicitta practice. And particularly the morning practice, you see that it is very comprehensive. It is very comprehensive. And as I always tell people, that if His Holiness the Dalai Lama comes to know, right, what we are doing in the mornings, morning practice, he will be so happy, and there is no greater gift you can offer to His Holiness than making him happy with this morning practice, right? And then His Holiness will come individually to us, say, wow, what have you been doing? You are doing so good. No need for that. As long as we do what will make him happy, that suffices. So therefore, the morning prayers is so important. And in the course, I pray that none of us get sick or any problems there. And should there be, say, ailment, sickness here, happening here and there, then don't push yourself. You can take rest. You can rest and see how much you can take part in the classes. Maybe some cold, fever, these things do happen. And then don't push yourself in the morning and the prayers, you can take a little more rest and so forth. And whereas if you are as healthy as what you are now, I would then suggest you to make sure that every morning you take part in it, because if you take part in it just one day or 2 days, at most you will come to know, oh, these things happen, but you will not get a sense of confidence. Whereas if you do it, engage in it for like, say, 7 days continuously, then you will feel confidence, and in how you do, what you do, and so forth. And then also for the, say, the morning, the water offering, right? The water offering that we will make to all those bodhisattvas there. See if we're not, just see if there is rotation. And the rotation, if possible, we can make it like 4 people, so that everybody will get a chance. 4 people, and from the 4, 3 will, the next day, 1 of the 4 will stay behind, 1 of the 4 will join the next the group of the 4 with 3 newcomers. So the 3 newcomers will learn from that person as to how to do the offering, all these things. So it is again a kind of workshop for you that later on at home you come to know how to do the offerings, set offerings, and so forth. So it is for that purpose that you'll try to see if the participants will get at least like 2 or 3 opportunities. Right? Okay, 1. And then we say, so this is again going to be like the orientation. So once the orientation is done, then from tomorrow onwards, the morning sessions is not going to be interrupted. Usually there's interruption happening, I give explanations, and then we have just like 7 days, right? Okay, so with this, making frustrations. When we make frustrations, particularly say if you make more number of frustrations, then make a point that, so whatever frustrations, whether Chinese style, whether Theravada style, whether the Tibetan style, there's no difference. Whatever you are more convenient, do it that way. And where you make frustrations, where you keep your knees touching the floor, and particularly if you are to do the frustrations for, say 20 times, more than 7 times, I would very much encourage you to use your cushion, where you put your knees on. And don't put the knees on the bare floor, because in the long run it can hurt your knees, right? So your body is so precious, the knees is so important, right? Health is so important. Make sure that your knees are not hurt. And making long prescriptions, full-length prescriptions, whatever, or more than 7 days, make sure that your knees are protected by the cushion underneath. This is so important, right? Okay. Then making frustrations. Making frustrations. Any gesture is fine. Generally speaking, when you fold the hands, so we keep the 2 thumbs inside, and then we fold the hands like this, keeping the 2 thumbs inside. So keeping the 2 thumbs inside, you said, keep in mind that all what we do, they are all symbolic. In fact, if they say the societal norm, societal culture is such that, say, you show, say, frustration is nothing but show respect. So it's just symbolic. It's not necessary that you have to do like this, whatever. It's purely symbolic. And say, whatever gesture makes you feel a sense of respect, that is prostration. And whereas, for example, in the Chinese tradition, in the Tibetan tradition, in the Theravada tradition, they've already made things standard as what connotes prostration. So, from that point of view, the two thumbs inside and then four hands. So, thereby you create this gem shape of a gem. So, this shape of a gem, usually it depicts Bodhicitta. Say gem, the purpose of the gem is to fulfill your wishes. So the Bodhicitta is the one which is more than the mundane gem. So this fulfills the wishes of all sentient beings. So therefore, this gesture is depicted as the Bodhicitta, symbolized as the Bodhicitta. And also the Buddhahood, also the full enlightenment. From outside, you see the shape. It is the Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya meaning the Buddha's manifestations, where you manifest beings. And inside is hollow. Hollowness symbolizes, outside is the Rupakaya. Rupakaya meaning the form body of the Buddha, physical manifestations. And inside is hollow, which is the Dharmakaya. From the Dharmakaya, then the Rupakaya comes out. So this is the gesture. And then, say at times we put the thumbs inside, usually not to make it inauspicious sign. Hollow has a connotation of the voidness. So we always make sure that things are not empty. So things are something there. So this is the indication. Then you put your hand. So there are several ways of doing it. I'm just giving a very generic understanding. Say you can then touch this hand on 4 spots or 3 spots is up to you. So if you want to make 4 spots, the crown, then the forehead, the throat, and your heart. The crown, the forehead, the throat, and the heart. If you make it 4. So why 4? 4 has its own significance. And 3 has its own significance. The 4, the crown, is for you to achieve eventually, for you to achieve the crown of the Buddhahood. Crown, the Buddha's crown. The Buddha's crown, because many of the Buddha's deeds are performed through the Buddha's crown. Through the Buddha's crown. Manifestations. Many of the Buddha's deeds are performed from the Buddha's crown. Then the forehead. Again, the thing is, there's the Buddha's bindu there, bindu, the dot. So this dot is something so unique of the Buddha. You look at it, it is like, say, a clockwise, it's like the clockwise circle here. This is called the bindu. And it is not just to beautify the Buddha. This is from where, when you become Buddha, this is the spot from where you can empower the Bodhisattvas to become Buddhas. So from there, you send the nectars, soothing lights. Because all those Bodhisattvas that the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, they're empowered to become Buddha through your bindu. This is why the bindu, this spot is very important. So when you touch it, you are reminding yourself that eventually I must achieve the quality of the Buddha's bindu. Then the throat is the Buddha's speech. Because of all the deeds of the Buddha's speech is the most important thing. The Buddha's speech is the greatest of the deeds. Finally, how we can benefit the beings. Buddha can perform miracles, physical action. Buddha can perform miracles, and with miracles, the beings will be fascinated around. And then after the fascination, and the beings don't benefit anything out of that, right? So you have to go back to your house, and then you have nothing here. Whereas only if the Buddha teaches you something, then this is what you can take home. Or the Buddha taught that I should practice wisdom and gentleness. The Buddha taught that I should be compassionate towards my family members, who are also sentient beings. So this you can practice, right? So the Buddha's teachings is the most important deeds amongst the Buddha's deeds. So to indicate or to remind you that eventually I should actually do Buddha's speech. And then the heart. Finally the heart. The heart, it is finally all the Buddha's deeds. They are manifestations of the Buddha's omniscient mind. So this heart is where the Buddha's omniscient mind exists. So it is the body of you achieving the Buddha's omniscient mind to benefit all sentient beings. So this is if you touch the 4 spots. Whereas if you want to touch just 3 is either forehead or tongue, you choose one. Right? You like to do like this, and then the throat and a heart. Or then forehead, throat and a heart. So this is fine. Whichever the two you want to do, just choose one. So this is symbolic of the Buddha's body. And then the Buddha's speech and the Buddha's heart, the Buddha's mind, body, spiritual mind. Now, so this is what we do. And then say, maybe prostration, the 2 palms, they are touched fully on the ground. The 2 palms are touched fully on the ground, right? And then, about the Chinese tradition, you do it like this, right? This is perfect. This is perfect. So, whatever tradition that you follow, just follow that, right? And you can learn from each other. And at the same time, all are equally the gesture of prostrations. And perfect gesture of prostrations. And started by the great saints, Chinese saints, Tibetan saints, Indian saints, perfect all right. Okay. Now, this gesture, the symbolisms, and then the motivation. Visualizations, what you should be doing. This is so important. When you make the prostrations, always make it a habit that when you make prostrations, it's not just like the stages they are making prostrations. No, it is that there's a living Buddha there. There's a living Buddha there, not just a statue. There's a living, you just visualize a living Buddha, living enlightened being is there. Right? And then it was not just one, just the whole sky filled with the living Buddhas. And particularly, you try to bring in, say, Kintamani, then the living Buddhas, the living teachers, such as His Holiness the Dalai Lama and so forth, Aranigarjuna, Acharya Chandradevi, Bodhicitta Retreat, Bodhicitta Shantideva, and in our case, Lama Sedingpa, Adishideva, Shurikana. So all of them we just bring it in. Then, along with that, make a point that you bring in your 2 kind parents, all of family members, all sentient beings, they are making prostrations along with you. As though like you are the mother and all others, you are teaching them, you are inspiring them to make the prostration to all those bodhisattvas. Right? Okay. The next question. Why should we prostrate? What is the benefit of prostrating? This next question. Right? Prostration is a gesture of showing respect. Right? You show respect only if you feel inspired. You show respect only if you are inspired by the qualities. Only if you are inspired by the qualities of that object. Right? You show respect. So the more you show respect, what happens is that the more the admiration grows within you. The more the admiration grows within you. The more the admiration grows within you, the more you feel like embracing the qualities that these objects have. The more you want to embrace qualities. So it gives you the receptivity. It gives you the receptivity for the qualities of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, like compassion, Vishnu, then shamatha, and so forth. Okay, so that's the purpose. I remember myself when I was in class 10. When I was in class 10, one of my friends, he left for America. In those days, the Tibetans living for America was so less. It was just maybe 1 to in 5 years, I was known. And his parents were living in America, so he moved to America. And he was my friend. And then, look, why I'm narrating the story is in relation to, in what way my frustrations benefit you, right? So then he would send me mails. In those days, no emails, right? In those days, no emails. It was just the postal mail, which I send the mail, 15 days it would take, right? And the reply coming back another 15 days. And then whether you arrive within 1 month or not, it depends on how long the person takes. The person may not write to me, right? He might have to again go to the post office, like this. So he would ask me, once in a while, he would ask me, what present do you want from America? So guess what? What I would say? I was just maybe age 15. But I would say, big poster of Albert Einstein. Why? Because when I was class 9, 10, I was so full of physics. Because I love physics so much, I admire Albert Einstein so much. Because with this admiration, I want to keep him very close to my mind. So how to keep him close to my mind? By getting big poster of him. Right? So therefore, it is a receptivity is there. Receptivity, right? So the more I appreciate Albert Einstein, the more I feel like learning what he knows. Right? So likewise, when we meet frustrations, we are trying to make the Buddhist Bodhisattva so close to our heart. So we open up ourselves, right? And we open our receptivity to learn what these Buddhist Bodhisattvas, the qualities that these Buddhist Bodhisattvas have. Okay, so this illustration is a gesture of showing your receptivity to the qualities. Okay, one is the weak frustration. So, in the process, if you could include all sentient beings, you're going to have parents, all sentient beings with you, this would be amazing, say, a skill in expediting the dawn of Bodhicitta within you. Expediting the dawn of Bodhicitta within you. How? So, when you get frustrations, you make a point that others don't miss the chance. You're bringing them with you, right? So, Bodhisattva is to take the responsibility. Bodhicitta is, may I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. So, you bring in other sentient beings. And then, just to say it once, it doesn't help. So, this requires habitual practice. So, every time you meet frustrations, you bring them with you, making frustrations along with you, not you, right? So, you're constantly activating the seed of compassion within you. So, only if you love the sentient beings, only if you're compassionate to the sentient beings, you will include them within you, with your mind, to make frustrations. Let them also take part in what you're doing. So that your compassion, seed of compassion is constantly activated. When you are, every time you meet frustrations, you bring them. You imagine that everyone is just making frustrations to the Bodhisattvas along with you. Okay, this is extremely important. Okay, now with this, what we'll do is, let's turn to the prayer book. And I'll quickly explain. Some of the important things which I may not explain from tomorrow morning, to make sure that the flow is there, the morning practice. Okay, page 2. The first answer, accused of great compassion, you taught them accurate Dharma, and spelled the very views, the view of the Dharma of your homage. So this stanza, I remember His Holiness the Dalai oftentimes saying that the morning he wakes up, the first thing that comes to his mind is this stanza. The moment His Holiness the Dalai wakes up, the first thing that comes to his mind, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is in Tibetan, okay, now my mind. Okay, my mind, so it's definitely between Tibetan and English. Right? So, with the Tibet House, Singapore, all I speak in English. Right? if the prayer is all in English. So when I'm sitting by myself, I do everything in Tibetan. Okay, so in Tibetan it is Kangi Tuse Yasuni Tawatum Foundation. And the Shuni is about Bodhanga Chasma. This is a Tibetan version. So as soon as the moment he wakes up, the first thing that comes out of his mouth and that comes to his mind is this stanza. And teach by great compassion, we taught the natural Dharma to dispel all perverted views to you, the Buddha Dharma, and pay homage. This is the stanza. Because this stanza was written by Arabhigarjuna, and this stanza tells us what exactly is Dharma. What exactly is Dharma. And we have to know how to show respect, show obeisance to the Bodhisattva. Right? So, this tells us the Bodhisattva has two main qualities: the quality of love and the quality of wisdom. The quality of love and quality of wisdom. The wisdom dispels your darkness so that it frees you. And the love makes you to expand. This freedom, you expand, you reach out to other sentient beings. So then you become a full. So the wisdom, it dispels the darkness of ignorance, and the love, and teach by great compassion. This is love. You talk immaculate Dharma. Immaculate Dharma is the wisdom. Wisdom to dispel all perverted views. What makes us ensnared in samsara? What makes us ensnared in the suffering or entangled in suffering is because of the perverted views, wrong views. So wrong views will be cleansed by immaculate Dharma of the wisdom. So the wisdom cleanses the mental, the defilements, the perverted views. So who did that? As to you, the Buddha Dharma, I pay homage. So this is a very powerful stanza. And the second stanza requires a little bit of explanation on emptiness. Right? In a few minutes, I cannot finish on emptiness. So I keep this for the time being, the second stanza. Okay. So the second stanza, third stanza, these two I'll explain, say, one stanza, one day, like this. So this will not take much time. And then we will go to, say, the next page 3. Again, the two stanzas, particularly the first one. The one was transformed into the love guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata, protector, to your administrations. Okay, I think I think I'll explain stanza 3 of page 2. Stanza 3 of page 2. Stanza 3 of page 2. Stanza 3 of page 2, let's make a little bit of correction here. Prostrate to the mothers, make it plural. Prostrate to the mothers, make it plural. Make it plural. Mothers. So why? First of all, let me explain this fully. In fact, the praise being said here is in relation to the mental qualities. In relation to the mental qualities. Okay, so the more you know of the Dharma, the more you know of the Buddhism, the more you should be able to appreciate the mental qualities of others. Right? Mental qualities of others. Okay, this is so important. Oftentimes, Buddhism is referred to as the mind of science. No, science of mind. Science of mind? Science of mind. So, we should see the qualities of the mind. What makes the other person great? What makes the other person great? Some people, they are made great by the mental qualities. Others are made great by the physical qualities, right? Physical qualities. For example, physical yoga, particularly when the person is in the age like 30, 20, late 20s, 30s, the physical yoga, you may think that a person has a elastic body. But when the person reaches age 40, 50, 60, elasticity disappears. Right? And likewise, say world number one, say boxer, then world number one, say the dasher, the 100 meters runner, sprinters, we see that they are so great because of the physical body, right? Physical body. And then we say the Bollywood stars, Hollywood stars, they're all great because of the physical body. And the physical body, what happens is that as you age, it will degenerate, disappear. Now, dharma has not much to do with the physical body. It is more with the mental. So the mental qualities is very different. As you age, it will never go down. It will keep increasing. This is the wonder of the mental qualities. This is the wonder of the mental qualities. As you age, it will keep increasing. It will never go degenerating. Unless you neglect it, right? You put so much effort to cultivate it at one point, and then so at one point the person becomes indulgent, and then ignore the mental qualities, it may degenerate. Otherwise, you just keep at the same pace, it keep increasing all the time. This is the unique quality of the mental qualities. Okay, so now we see that those beings who are fortunate meaning those who can think out of the mundane world. They think beyond the mundane world. How to achieve liberation for yourself, right? Liberation. And those people who seek liberation, they seek liberation, or I would say that those who are successful in this matter, who are successful in either seeking liberation or achieve liberation, this can be grouped into three. One, those who seek personal nirvana. Number two, those who seek total enlightenment, total Buddhahood for all sentient beings. Number three, those who have already achieved total Buddhahood. Those who have already achieved total Buddhahood. Who's that? Buddhas. Right? So in short, we have one is those who seek personal liberation. Number two, those who seek total Buddhahood. Who's that? Bodhisattvas. Number three, those who already achieved total Buddhahood. Who are they? Buddhas. So now we see that there are three kinds of beings. Seekers of personal liberation, Bodhisattvas and Buddhas. Right? Three beings. And they three aims. Because there are three beings have their three aims. Then the means to achieve those aims. Means to achieve their three aims. So we see that to understand this stanza, we need to know the three beings, then the three aims of these three beings, and the three means to achieve these three beings, the three goals. Okay, what are they? What are the things that we need to know? The three beings and the three goals that they respectively seek. Then the three means to achieve the goals. You getting it? Okay, let's do one by one. Let's say those who seek personal nirvana. Those who seek personal nirvana who are not really so much interested to help other sentient beings. In fact, okay, don't go for this category, which I'm going to share with you now. Don't go for this category. There's one category, the first category. Within the first category, who's that? First category? Those who seek personal nirvana. Within that there are two. One high caliber, another less caliber. Less caliber known as Shravaka. Less caliber are known as Shravaka. 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 And the higher caliber, we call them Pratyeka Buddha. Pratyeka Okay. Okay, let's say, sorry. P-R-A-T-E-K-Y-A. No? Sorry. P-R-A-T-E-Y-A, K-A. P-R-A-T-E, Y-A, K-A, B-U-D-D-H-E. Pratyeka Buddha. Right? So we have Shavakas, and Pratyeka Buddhas. So this belong to both of them belong to the personal liberation seekers. Of the two, who is more intelligent? Pratyeka Buddhas are more intelligent. Shavakas are less intelligent. Right? And the Pratyeka Buddhas, in what way they differ? In a very good sense, the Shavaka enlightenment, personal liberation or enlightenment, the Shavakas seek. Shavakas, what they seek is what they can achieve. If they are exceptionally bright, they can achieve within 3 lifetimes. Whereas what the Pratyeka Buddhas seek, enlightenment, the Pratyeka Buddhas seek, it is much more sophisticated. It takes minimum 100 eons. Minimum 100 eons for the Pratyeka Buddhas, right? Now, don't become Pratyeka Buddhas, right? Given that you are upon Bodhicitta Retreat, don't go for becoming Pratyeka Buddhas. I'll tell you what is wrong with it. Pratyeka Buddhas, when they sense that next life they're going to become enlightened. Next life, they're going to become enlightened. Then they say 3 prayers. Not all, most of them. They say 3 prayers before they go to the next life. Next life, what they will do? They achieve Nirvana. Next life. So they say 3 prayers. Don't say these 3 prayers, right? Okay, they say 3 prayers. I'm telling you this story. I'm telling you these things for you to know, okay, what they do, and I should not be doing this, right? They say 3 prayers. The first, they pray that in my next life, may I be born in a place where there is no Buddhas. They pray what? May that they be born in a place where there is no Buddhas. Because the Buddhas so loving and so carrying those sentient days that when they meet the Buddha will make them to work for sentient days. They don't want to do that. So they feel that the Buddhas, by meeting the Buddhas will be disturbance for what they are seeking. 1. Then number 2, they say that in the last life, when they become Buddha, when they achieve Nirvana, may they be able to achieve Nirvana on their own without depending on others' teachings. Right? May they be able to achieve their Nirvana without depending on others' teachings. Number 2, prayer number 2. Prayer number 3, right? Prayer number 3. Even if they were to give teachings to others, may they be able to do so through the power of affecting the other things like leaves. The leaves, they affect the leaves, and the leaves, they make sounds, rattle. What's the English word? The leaves rustle. The leaves, as the leaves rustle, right, then the sounds are created. So maybe they pray that may the sound of the rustles come out in the form of the teachings, so that they are not disturbed. Right? They can continue the meditation. And then if somebody is interested to learn from that Pratyeka Buddha, they go there, and the Pratyeka Buddha will not take care of him, they will sleep him. And then leaves will teach on their behalf. They will rustle, and the sound will come out of all compositions, the impermanent, all contaminants are sublimation, everything is nature, everything is selflessness, transcending soul, nirvana. So like this. So these are the 3 prayers which the Pratyeka Buddhas they pray. Right? Okay. It's already 11:52. So we'll stop here. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. So if at least we could finish the orientation this morning. Is good. Okay, so now we see that there are three groups. One is those personal seekers, personal nirvana seekers. And there are two kinds. Who are they? Shravakas and Buddhas. Very good. And then the second group is the Bodhisattvas. Third group is the Buddhas. In this context, right? In the context of this stanza. This stanza was written by Maitreya. Now, these are the three beings. Now next one is the three goals. The personal seekers, personal nirvana seekers, what is the goal? Goal of nirvana. Nirvana is the goal. And for the Bodhisattvas, what is the goal? To benefit the sentient beings. And what's the goal of the Buddhas? To turn the wheel of Dharma. Right? The three goals. Three goals in the context of this stanza. The personal liberation seekers, Shravakas and Buddhas, their goal is what? To seek personal nirvana. And then Bodhisattvas, their goal is to benefit the sentient beings. Then the Buddhas, their goal is to turn the wheel of Dharma. The Buddhas, their goal is to turn the wheel of Dharma, to give teachings. Right? Okay, these are three goals. Now, for these three beings to achieve their respective goals, they have to rely on the means, three means. So, just the mother gives birth to the child. Right? These three respective means, they give the goals to the respective beings. Right? So therefore, these three means are known as the mothers. So how many means are there? Three means. So the three means are referred to as the mothers. What's the first mean? For the Shravakas and Buddhas, the means which give them nirvana is known as the basis, the knower of all. Is known as this technical term, I'll explain. Is known as the knower of all. K-N-O-W, knower, W-E-R, knower of all. Knower of all, which the Shravakas and Buddhas have. So this knower of all gives them nirvana. Right? Then for the Bodhisattvas, what is their job? What is the goal? To benefit the sentient beings. So Bodhisattvas, to benefit sentient beings, they depend on the knower of the paths. Because they have to show paths to the beings. Right? Benefit the beings by showing the paths. P-A-T-H-S. How do you pronounce it? Okay. Chanchula, how do you pronounce it? Paths. Okay. So, American and any English listeners? Okay. So, any Singaporean, how do you pronounce it? Paths. Okay. So the Bodhisattvas, they help the sentient beings through the means what is known as the knower of the paths. Knower of the path. So they know the three paths. The path of the Shravakas, how you should teach the Shravakas and the Buddhas to achieve their goals. They should know the Shravakas paths. They should also know the Bodhisattvas paths. How to make them help the sentient beings, right? They have to know all the paths. They have to know the Shravakas paths, they have to know the Buddha's paths, they have to know the Bodhisattvas paths, right? So the Bodhisattvas, they achieve their aim with the help of what means? Knower of the paths. Very good. Now, Buddhas, what is their goal? What is the goal? To turn the wheel of Dharma. So what makes the Buddha be so efficient in turning the wheel of Dharma is through the means of omniscience. Alright? Through the means of omniscience. Okay, through the means of omniscience. So now for the Shravakan Pradip Buddhas, what is the mother life which make them achieve their goal? The noble of the all. Noble of the all meaning, they have to know the reality. They have to know Tibetan origination, they have to know the Four Noble Truths, right? So they have to know the reality. So noble of the all meaning, noble of all the realities. Noble of all the realities. They have to know the reality. Without knowing the reality, they are in darkness, they are in ignorance. In ignorance, they cannot be liberated. So they have to know all the realities. So that is the Shravakas Pradip Buddhas. What is the mother which made them achieve the goal? Noble of the all. Noble of all. And Bodhisattvas, what is the mother which made them achieve the goal? The noble of the paths. Very good. And the Buddhas, what is the mother like which make them achieve the goal of turning to the Dharma? Omniscience. You getting it? Okay. Now with this knowledge, if you read this stanza, it will make total sense. I prostrate to the mothers, not just mother, the three mothers. The mother of the Shravakan and Pradip Buddhas, the mother of the Bodhisattvas, then the mother of the Buddhas. Very good, right? Okay. I prostrate to the mothers of the Buddhas and the hearers. Hearers meaning the Shravakas. Hearers, Shravakas. Hearers. Shravakas and the Pradip Buddhas, they are implicitly mentioned. Explicitly hearers was mentioned here. Implicitly, Pradip Buddhas are mentioned. Pradip Buddhas are implicitly mentioned, not directly mentioned. So hearers, hearers is what? Shravakas. So when the Shravakas mentioned, Pradip Buddhas, we have to implicitly understand. Right? Hearers and Bodhisattvas. Okay, so the three beings are mentioned here. The Buddhas on the one hand, hearers and Pradip Buddhas are mentioned on the other hand, hearers meaning Shravakas, and the Bodhisattvas. The three beings, three groups are mentioned. Now, the second one, who through the knowledge of all, knowledge of the noble of all, knowledge of all, noble of all mean the same. Who's that? Shravakas. Shravakas and Pradip Buddhas, through the knowledge of all as the mother, leads the hearers, Shravakas, seeking pacification to complete peace of nirvana. Right? Complete peace of nirvana. Now for the Bodhisattvas, those who through the knowledge of paths as the mother, causes those having migrators, Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas to achieve the aims of the world, to achieve the aims of all the world, to those who are interested in nirvana, to achieve nirvana by teaching them the path of nirvana. Those who are interested in the Bodhisattva path, they teach the Bodhisattva path, right? Helping to achieve the aims of the world. Now for the Buddhas, and through the possession of omniscience as the mother, the subduers referring to the Buddhas. The Buddhas set forth the varieties, having all set forth meaning give teachings. Set forth meaning give teachings of the varieties having all aspects. Meaning teachings, those who need the variety of the Bodhisattva teachings, the Buddha know exactly who that person is, teach the varieties of the Bodhisattva teachings. Those who are interested in the personal nirvana, the Buddha will give the teaching variety of personal nirvana. So we'll teach according to the need and the aspiration and the propensities of the individual seekers. Okay, so now tell me, what are the three mothers? Are prostrate to the mothers. What are the three mothers? The mother of the personal liberation seekers, the mother of the Bodhisattvas, mother of the Buddhas. And who is the mother of the personal liberation seekers in this context? Noble of all. And who is the mother of the Bodhisattvas? Noble of the paths. And who is the mother of the Buddhas? Omniscience. Very good. Okay. Very good. The next one, I'll again explain this one, stanza 3. Or else, first we'll go down and then we can once more come up. Okay. Okay, stanza 7, no, page 7. Page 7, Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava, this mantra. This mantra is extremely, extremely precious. And the Buddha very clearly mentioned, that should you encounter with tragedies, like sickness, and then the loss of near dear ones, and all the bad things happening one after another and so forth, then the Buddha suggested to recite this mantra, if possible, reflecting on the meanings. So that has a tremendous power to quell the problems, to dissolve the problems, dissolve the tragedies. So this mantra, and you can recite this for yourself, you can recite this for others, and say, for example, if you go to a new place, right? You see the new place, you can recite this mantra for the people there, for all the beings there, the insects, animals, the people there in that new place. For all of them, you can recite this mantra. So this mantra is so precious. And this mantra is also the ground for the Buddha's teachings. Okay, let me quickly explain this mantra, the words, right? And so of course it is a language, and language, it can take so many different forms. For example, Tibetan language is relatively easy, it's not as complicated. And say, Sanskrit is a very complex language. So say that the one word can take at least like say 7, 8, 9 different, one meaning can take the form of 8, 9, 10 different words, right? So complicated, it doesn't matter. So we will try to understand in our own ways as to what this mantra, each of these words they mean. And then finally, as we start the mantra, make sure that you know the meaning of this mantra. But know the meaning of the mantra, and the meaning of the mantra is coming to your mind, reflect it. Om Ye Dharma. Om is a syllable which consists of 3 letters. So those of you who were in Singapore TBC recently, I explained this already, but since there are a number of new faces here, I'd like to explain this here as well. Okay, Om, this is a syllable. It is made of 3 letters. This one syllable is made of 3 letters. Ma. Ma. Not Ma. So this is the Sanskrit, how the sounds were. Ma. When you combine them together, it doesn't become it becomes O. That's what I guess O, right? Okay, so this syllable is consisted of Ma, 3 letters. So symbolizes the body, U symbolizes the speech, and Ma symbolizes the mind. Ma symbolizes body, speech, and mind. Whose body, speech, mind? Your body, speech, and mind, as well as the body, speech, and mind of the enlightened beings. It symbolizes, the 3 letters symbolize the body, speech, and mind of yours, as well as the body, speech, and mind of the Buddhas. So, when you recite Om, it should remind you, it is a reminder that I should change this body, speech, and mind that I have, which is so defiled, which has so much of defects, into the body, speech, and mind of the enlightened beings. This should be the reminder as we recite this syllable O, that my body, speech, and mind, symbolized by Ma, should be transformed into the body, speech, and mind of the fully enlightened beings. Right? So this is what we should keep in mind. O. The next question. How can I change this body, speech, and mind of mine to the body, speech, and mind of the enlightened being? How can I do that? By knowing the meaning of by knowing, reflecting, and meditating on the meanings of the following lines. Okay, so the following line says, Ye Dharma, Ye Dharma, Ye is these, Ye is these. The Dharma is phenomena. These phenomena, Ye Dharma, Hetu is cause. is a cause called hetu. Prabhava arises. These dharma or these phenomena arise from their causes. Right? So, in terms of the order of the words, can be very different, can very much differ from the other languages. For example, in Tibetan, Shwenam Tamche Gudechun. So, the Sanskrit version of the language syntax and the Tibetan language syntax is very similar. It's similar. There's no problem. But the English is opposite. So say all phenomena arise from causes. So the arise and the causes, arise will come first and the cause will come later in English. But in Sanskrit, the cause comes first and the arise comes later. Right? Okay, this is the Sanskrit way of the language. So, Om Ye Dharma Hetu. What is a Hetu? It's the cause. Prabhava arises, coming to origination, coming to being. Prabhava. Right? So, in short, Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava. All phenomena arise from the causes. Okay, now here, when it's all phenomena, particularly, you should know the context. Particularly the phenomena of the miseries that we go through. The phenomena of the miseries which go through arise from their causes. Okay, Prabhava. The next line. Hetu Eshan Tathagato Hyavata. Hetu is again a plural form of the cause. Hetu is the cause. Hetu is the plural form. Hetu is the causes. Hetum, Teshan, these causes, Tathagata is the Buddha, Hyavatat is said or taught. Said or taught. What the causes are is taught by the Tathagata. Tathagata means the Buddha. The causes, what the causes are, is taught by the Tathagata. Hetum Teshan, these causes, Tathagata, Hyavata, taught or said. Tathagata taught what the causes of these miseries are. Teshan Chayo Nirodha. Again, same. Teshan Chayo is again the plural form. These. Desham Chayu Nirod. Nirod is cessation of freedom. Cessation of bringing an end. Bringing to an end. Coming to an end or cessation. Cessation of these. What these causes. Desham Chayu. Chayu is again a sentence structure of the plural. Desham Chayu Nirodha. Nirodha, the cessation of these causes. Cessation meaning what? Bringing an end to these causes. Evam is thus. Thus, Vati, again, Vati is taught or said. The cessation of these causes is thus said. Vati is said by Mahashramana. Maha is great, Shramana is the seer. Seer, great saint, the great seer. Seer of the saint, a great saint. Great saint referring to the Buddha. Mahashramana. Yeswaha. Yeswaha is part of making this a part of a mantra. Om. So usually mantra has the beginning Om and Swaha, right? And it's not necessarily all mantras should have this beginning and end. Some mantras have to begin without end, some have the end without the beginning, some have both, some have without, right? So this is what we need to remind. So Swaha is to make this in the form of a mantra. Okay, so this meaning. Then we turn to the next, which is refuge and genuine bodhicitta. Refuge. Okay, then as we recite this mantra, Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava, as we recite this, Initially, it's a little difficult for you to learn the mantra and be mindful of the meaning of the mantra. Both things happening together is a little difficult, right? First, what you do is to make sure that the words come to your mouth. Words come to your mouth. Once you memorize the words, then try as much as possible to the words strikes you as with the uttered words. The meanings also slowly, one by one, they strike you, right? Meanings also strike you. So that later on, just like say when you say Geshe, right? So automatically meaning comes to you. It's not like me saying Geshe. Me, when I say Geshe, there's no difference between Geshe and He. For me, it's the same. For you, there's huge difference. Geshe means, oh, it means something. He, it doesn't mean anything. Right? For me, I have to again learn that. Likewise, these words should, instead of coming as empty words, they should come with meanings. Meanings through habituating, through putting effort. Okay. The next we go to the refuge and general Bodhicitta, the Tibetan word, Sangye Chöda. So this, just as this mantra is so important, this Tibetan word for refuge and Bodhicitta is also very important. Why? Because it has so much blessings. Because the same stanza, in fact this stanza was initially written by Atishayatika Parishimya. This stanza is written by Atishayatika Parishimya and then of course translated into Tibetan by his students. And since then, since 11th century, this same stanza was recited 100 million, trillion times by all the great Tibetan saints. So therefore, there's a tremendous accumulation of merit, blessings associated with this mantra, associated with this stanza. So if you can say this stanza in Tibetan, it will be very auspicious. One. And then number two, since that most of us attend the teachings of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, every time His Holiness the Dalai Lama gives teachings, he begins by reciting this stanza. So, if you can recite this stanza by heart, you will feel that you are a part of this group, you're part of this teaching. And then you will feel again, your receptivity is very different, and you feel that you are a part of the blessings of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's teachings. Okay. Sangye Chö, Sangye is Buddha, Chö is Dharma, Thang is and, Sangye Chö Thang. Chok is the community, Ki is a linking word, Chok is supreme of the community. Nam is these, La is two, Nam La. Sangye is Buddha, Chö Dharma, Thang is and, Chok is community or collection, Ki is a linking word, Chok is supreme of the connection, supreme of the group. Chok, Nam, La, Nam, these, La is two. Okay, so Sangye, Chö, Thang, Chok, Ki, Chok, supreme of the community. Supreme community referring to the Sangha. Supreme community referring to Sangha. So, to Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Changchup is enlightenment. Changchup, enlightenment. Pardu is until. Changchup, Pardu. Dark is I. Dark is I. Ni is again, say, the emphasis. Ni. Kyapsuchi is go for refuge. Kyap is refuge. Suchi is go for refuge. Kyapsuchi. Dark, the third line, dark is again the I. Dark is I. Ki is the Greek word. Jin is generosity. Jin is generosity. Jin is jinpa, is generosity. Jin. Sok is etc. Sok, etc. Jin sok. Kipa is done. Kipa is done. Done. Kipa. Kipe is done. Chok is again accumulation. Chok Namki is by these, Namki. Dola, do essential beings. Do essential beings. La is for Dola. Pen is benefit. Pen is benefit. Chil is for. Pen chil. Sangye is Buddhahood or Buddhahood. Sangye. Dupa show. Dupa is achieve. Dupa show, achieve. Show is may. May I achieve Buddhahood for the benefit of sentient beings. Right? Okay. This is the Tibetan version for Fusion Gen Bodhicitta. Okay. Now, let's see the next page 8, 9, and page 10. Page 8, 9, page 10. When you're by yourself in your room, you can say bow, you can say one, right? If you have a little more leisure time for the practice, you can say bow, or you can say one. This is what we briefly did this morning. Then we go to Heart Sutra, is fine. Heart Sutra, okay, I will explain this. In fact, Heart Sutra, to give you again a very quick review about what we did. Heart Sutra, imagine that the Bodhicitta went towards Rajgir, a place where the Buddha was going to discourse on the Heart Sutra. So as he went here, many bodhisattvas in the different world systems. Many bodhisattvas in different world systems. The world system that we are in at the moment is known as solar system. And the solar system is just a tiny dot in the Milky Way galaxy. And like Milky Way galaxy, in the universe, there are millions and infinite number of many more galaxies. So, with respect to these galaxies, the solar system that we are in is just a tiny dot. Right? Tiny dot. So, in all these world systems, like our world systems, which physics today could not even imagine, whether or not they can't even go beyond the solar system. Right? So they are just busy exploring the Mars. And Pluto, they are not too sure whether it's a planet or not a planet. Right? Okay, so they are just not even able to explore what this tiny dot is like. So forget about all of the millions, infinite number of the world systems in the Milky Way galaxy and the galaxies. So from the other world systems, the Bodhisattvas, when they came to know that the Bodhicitta was giving discourse in the Heart Sutra, then with their miracle powers, they started to come towards the planet Earth, to our world system, by manifesting themselves in the form of vultures. So the ordinary people they see, then all they landed on this small hill, now today known as the Vulture's Peak. So ordinary people, when they look at the hill, they saw that as the vultures piled one over another. So therefore it came to be known as the Vulture's Peak. In actuality, these were not vultures. These are all great bodhisattvas from other world systems. Now, the Buddha Shakyamuni took his seat and then he just went into samadhi. Samadhi, into the wisdom of emptiness, as what constitutes our reality. In the process, Aravintishvara, he was also just immersed into reflection on emptiness, on our reality. Then, Buddha Shakyamuni, only when each one of us, when we become Buddhas, then we can do two things together. One, you can immerse in our reality. At the same time, you can get access to the conventional reality. You will see what the world is doing. What everyone is doing in Singapore, in America, in Korea, in Malaysia, in Thailand, or in India, So you could just see each and every one what they're doing, at the same time immersed into our reality. Both things can happen simultaneously for the Buddhas, when you become Buddhas. Okay, so the Buddha Shakyamuni, while immersed into this reality, the Buddha Shakyamuni then inspired Shariputra to ask questions to Aravindishvara. So then everything which I explained this morning happened. Okay, Aravindishvara gave the answer, and then finally the Buddha Shakyamuni, after Aravindishvara gave the full answer, then the Buddha Shakyamuni arose from his mental concentration and started to comment on the answer given by Shariputra, Aravindishvara, saying that, well said. Answer that we give is a perfect answer, and everybody who aspires to see greatest meaning of their life should proceed, should practice as per the advice given by Aravindishvara. Then all those presents, they were so happy that Buddha Shakyamuni commented on the answer given by Aravindishvara. Okay, this is Heart Sutra. Okay, then the 8 verse 120, page 19. This is, as I said earlier, it is to crush our ego, and at the same time we must not miss to boost our self-confidence. Okay, so this is, and then the same page, okay, it's fine. Then we go to page 22. Page 22, this is the 7th puja. 7th puja, this is extremely important. Say, we are on a very important journey, the journey of enlightenment, the journey of Bodhicitta. Journey of Bodhicitta. And this journey of Bodhicitta, nobler the goal, more the obstacles. Nobler the goal, more the obstacles. So to make sure that our journey is very smooth, the journey of enlightenment, Bodhicitta is very smooth, we have to have energy, we have to have the road cleared. If you want to go to, say, to have an audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, from Delhi to Dharamsala, then Delhi to Dharamsala, with all the roads, they were blocked by landslides and so forth, you cannot go. So first we need to have the road cleared. Road should be cleared. Once the road is clear, your car should have the fuel. Your car should have the fuel. Your car should have the fuel. Right? So without the car with fuel, you cannot move. So therefore, our journey is not external journey, it's an internal journey. So internal journey, our mind is the road. Our mind must be cleared of the mental defilements, for which mental purification is required. And then our mind is the vehicle. So this mind must have the energy, must have the fuel to go from Gati to the Bodhiswaha. Gati, Paragati, Parasamati, Bodhiswaha. So this journey must be taken by your mind. So the mind must be purified of the negativities, and it must be rich in the what? Energy to take this journey, right? So the 7th puja, which has the 7 aspects. 7 aspects. One is making prostrations. Number 2 is making offerings. Number 3 is confessing the negativities. Number 4 is rejoicing in the virtues of others. Number 5 is requesting for teachings. Then number 6 is requesting that all those bodhisattvas be with the sentient beings until samsara ends. And then finally, the dedication. So each of the stanzas will tell you that. Number 1 is what? Prostrations. Number 2 is making offerings. Number 3 is confession. Number 4 is rejoicing in the virtues of others and yourself. Number 5 is requesting for teachings, requesting the Buddhist Bodhisattvas to give teachings. Number 6 is requesting Buddhist Bodhisattvas to be with the sentient beings until samsara ends. Number 6. Then finally, number 7 is dedicating your virtues towards achieving Buddhahood, towards the long life, towards the longevity of the Dharma, and so forth. Okay, number 1 is prostration. Number 2 is
offering, make offerings. Number 3 is confession. Number 4 is requesting for teachings, rejoicing. Number 5 is request for teachings. Number 6 is requesting that Buddhas and Bodhisattvas live with the sentient beings until samsara ends. Number 7 is dedicating the merits towards the longevity of the Dharma, that the Dharma lives long, right? Dharma lives long, that the sentient beings, that everyone achieves enlightenment and so forth. Okay, these 7 the Buddhas, they reflected and they see that the best way by which to purify your activities, by which to energize yourself with the merits, is by doing this 7 puja. So 7 puja plays a very important role. Okay, this is one thing. And then stanza 25, page 25, stanza 12. Page 25, stanza 12. This is the summary of the 7 puja. This is summary of the 7 puja. Page 20. Okay. The next is Madhula offering. Page 26. Madhula offering. Madhula offering means saying that we request all those Bodhisattvas, to say say we offer mandala. Mandala has so many connotations. So here the mandala is in the context of the whole universe. We offer everything good that the universe has to all those Bodhisattvas. We make this offering. After making the offering, then we make a request. And for the request, what kind of request to make? There are 2 sets of requests. And the first one is the 4 dharmas of Venerable Kapapa, the direct disciple of Chismilarenpa. Chismilarenpa's direct disciple, he came up with this teaching known as the 4 dharmas of Venerable Kapapa. This is a brilliant set of requests to be made to all those Bodhisattvas. And the second one is the set of requests which came as a result of the teachings given by one of my teachers, Kintamani. When he was about to pass away, he was so much into these 4 points that the beings should reflect deeply into these 4 points. So, sensing that how deeply he is into these 4 points, closer towards the end of his life, then I see the more I reflect on these 4 points, these 4 are so important, then I put them, compile them together as the second set of the request. Okay, this is the mantra. And okay, how to offer the mantra of these things, we will do tomorrow morning. And the next part is the foundation of all good qualities. So this is the final, with all these practices, say done, then what is the final practice that you're going to do? The lifelong practice. What lifelong practice are you going to do? This is the foundation of all good qualities. So Lama he compiled this teaching in a very systematic way, just 4 instances. Everything summarized in these 4. And then the Bodhicitta Retreat, essence of what which we're going to take home. Finally, after the 7 days retreat, is the next page 32. Generating the mind of consummate yoga. Kamje nature of the Semkirpa. This is what we're going to do. Okay. And so with this, then we finish the morning practice, right? And then some details here and there, I will not hesitate to explain in the course of our actual duty practice. Okay, so we'll stop here for this session. Okay, quickly, then say, ideally speaking, what we do is that, say, since that this is quite a short retreat,
short retreat, and that we can learn from each other so much through the interactions. What I would suggest is that, say, we can maintain silence. We can maintain silence from the dinner till the next morning breakfast. From dinner till next morning breakfast is going to be total observance of silence, right? Otherwise, in the daytime, no idle gossips, all right? So about emptiness, because emptiness is the very important topic. So for this, we need as much, say, activity of your thoughts, discussions. In the daytime, you can have discussions with each other, and people can learn from each other. But evenings, we have to maintain silence. Okay, for the optional discussion, the discussion at 8 o'clock. So that discussion time is fine. Discussion. Outside discussion, maintain silence. Right? Okay, so we come back at 3 o'clock.